person who was good enough to be at Nick Park. Nick Park.
Sound running when you're ready.
I remember the first time I saw an Aardman animated film. I was sitting there in this big auditorium watching, and Creature Comforts came on. And I was amazed.
Well, sometimes you can't get out and about as much as you would like to. You're stuck in for some reason, like I'm stuck in today. And then, yes, you get bored and you get fed up with looking at the same four walls.
There's always been stop motion work going on, but nothing like that. Nothing that had that sense of character.
Well, most of the cages are a bit small and either grotty and everything.
I thought, God, who wrote this stuff? Who were the actors that said it? But it wasn't. It was real people. That's what was the magic.
Yeah, well, it's reasonably comfortable, I suppose, this place, but...
Me and a journalist went out trying to find people who were not that happy with where they are.
If you try to compare the situations and the environment that we live here with the environment that we live in Brazil, there is a big difference. Here, you live in a very small place with all the technological advances possible.
The Brazilian Jaguar guy, and he hated the food and the weather and he's got a little flat and he stole the show, really.
I miss the fresh meat, you know, because in Brazil we are predominantly carnivores. We are not, you know, vegetarian, and we don't like potatoes, we like meat, and we like a fresh meat.
The polar bears always made me laugh. They were a family that ran the corner shop around the corner from the studio.
My favourite food is, I'm afraid to say, steak.
We told the youngest one, Andrew, don't be shy, say what you think. And so he felt this obligation just to say anything. Just started talking about lion steak.
Do you like lions as well, then? Do you like steaks and chips with lions with it?
Not with lions, Andrew, no.
When you look at the success of programs like Gogglebox, it's just, people are so wonderfully funny in their own world.
It was just basically knockout scene after knockout scene in a row for several minutes, and then it's done. And it's like, you practically feel Nick Park dropping the mic and backing away, going like, that's animation, you know?
Despite taking a fraction of the time to create, these more vocal animals pipped Wallace and Gromit to the post and scooped Nick Park and Aardman their very first Oscar.
It's really weird to be against yourself in the same award, so you're not knowing whether to be happy or cry at the same time. And just being there for doing these plasticine animated films, but you're sat there with Sophia Loren and Dustin Hoffman and, you know, and all these... everybody I've ever heard of is around. I'm thinking, what am I doing here? You know?